Have you ever found yourself stuck in a situation or relationship that just isn't working, yet you struggle to let go? What if I told you that the key to inner peace and personal growth might lie in knowing when to walk away? Today, we're unraveling how Stoicism, the ancient philosophy of inner strength and resilience, can guide us in making this powerful choice. Stick around as we delve into the Stoic principles that help us understand the art of walking away and how this can profoundly transform our lives. Stoicism, the philosophy rooted in the teachings of ancient sages like Epictetus, Seneca, and Marcus Aurelius, offers profound insights into the power of walking away and knowing when to do so. At its core, Stoicism is about discerning between what we can control and what we cannot. According to this philosophy, we should focus our energy on our own responses, decisions, and actions, while accepting the things beyond our control with equanimity. This fundamental principle is crucial when we consider the power of walking away. Stoicism teaches that we often find ourselves entangled in situations or relationships that, while seemingly important, ultimately lie outside our control. Whether it's a toxic work environment, a draining relationship, or a challenging project that no longer aligns with our values, the Stoic approach encourages us to assess whether these elements are truly within our sphere of influence or merely sources of unnecessary distress. One key Stoic solution is the practice of apatheia, which translates to a state of emotional detachment. This concept is often misunderstood as advocating for complete indifference or emotional numbness. In reality, apatheia is about maintaining a sense of inner tranquility despite external disturbances. It emphasizes that while we may experience emotions, we should not let these emotions dictate our state of mind or lead us away from our core values. Apatheia, in the context of Stoicism, is not about denying our emotions, but rather about achieving mastery over them. Stoicism teaches us that while we cannot always control external events, such as the actions of others, unexpected challenges, or turbulent situations, we can control our responses to these events. Marcus Aurelius, a prominent Stoic philosopher and Roman emperor, often reflected on this principle in his writings. He stressed the importance of managing our perceptions and reactions rather than allowing ourselves to be overwhelmed by external circumstances. For instance, Marcus Aurelius famously wrote in his Meditations, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." This quote underscores the Stoic belief that true power lies in our ability to govern our own mental state, irrespective of external conditions. The goal of apatheia is to cultivate this internal strength, allowing us to navigate life's adversities with composure and resilience. When faced with a situation that consistently infringes on our emotional well-being, Stoic philosophy advises us to practice apatheia by detaching ourselves from it. This means recognizing that our peace of mind is more valuable than the immediate gratification or discomfort that the situation might present. For example, if you are in a toxic work environment where constant stress and negativity are affecting your mental health, apatheia would involve assessing whether staying in such an environment is worth the emotional turmoil. Stoic wisdom encourages us to step back and evaluate whether our attachment to the situation is causing undue suffering. Walking away from situations that disrupt our tranquility is a way to reclaim our inner strength and align our actions with our core values. It is about choosing to preserve our peace of mind and emotional equilibrium rather than letting external chaos dictate our internal state. In practical terms, this could mean leaving a job that continuously undermines your well-being, ending a relationship that no longer aligns with your values, or distancing yourself from environments that foster negativity. By embracing apatheia, we are not abandoning responsibility or avoiding challenges. Rather, we are making a conscious decision to protect our mental and emotional health. This practice involves understanding that our inner peace is a precious asset and that sometimes the best way to maintain it is by stepping away from situations that threaten to undermine it. In this way, apatheia becomes a powerful tool for ensuring that our actions remain aligned with our highest values and our sense of self. In essence, Practicing apatheia allows us to preserve our emotional stability and maintain a clear focus on what truly matters. It helps us navigate life's ups and downs with grace and resilience, ensuring that our responses are grounded in our principles rather than being swayed by external disturbances. By prioritizing our inner peace and emotional well-being, we can make more informed and balanced decisions, fostering a life that is both fulfilling and true to our core values. Another foundational Stoic concept is preferred indifference, which refers to external circumstances and objects that, while not inherently good or bad, can influence our lives and well-being. This concept is central to Stoic philosophy, as it helps us navigate the complexities of life by distinguishing between what is within our control and what is not. Preferred indifference include things like wealth, social status, health, and even certain relationships or job positions. According to Stoicism, these are important but not crucial to our moral character or overall happiness. In Stoic thought, the focus is on living virtuously and cultivating internal virtues such as wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance. Preferred indifference, by contrast, are external factors that do not define our moral worth. While they can influence our comfort, convenience, and opportunities, they do not determine our true essence. For example, having a well-paying job or a prestigious title might be desirable, but these are not necessary for living a virtuous life. What truly matters is how we respond to these circumstances and whether our actions are aligned with our core values. Understanding that preferred indifference are not essential to our character helps us approach them with the right mindset. This perspective enables us to assess external circumstances, such as a relationship or a job, without letting them define our self-worth or dictate our happiness. When we recognize that these factors are not integral to our moral integrity, it becomes easier to make decisions that prioritize our personal growth and values. For instance, if you find yourself in a job that, despite its perks and salary, conflicts with your values or is stifling your personal growth, Stoicism encourages us to view this job as a preferred indifferent. The Stoic approach would suggest that while it might be advantageous to stay in a lucrative position, it is not worth compromising our integrity or long-term happiness. The ability to walk away from such a situation, therefore, becomes an act of aligning our lives with our deeper values rather than clinging to external benefits that do not serve our true self. Similarly, in the context of relationships, Stoicism teaches us to recognize that while relationships can be meaningful and fulfilling, they are not essential to our moral character. If a relationship becomes toxic or misaligned with our values, understanding it as a preferred indifferent allows us to make a rational decision to distance ourselves without feeling undue guilt or failure. This does not mean we dismiss the value of relationships, but rather that we understand their place in our lives relative to our inner virtues. By embracing the concept of preferred indifference, we gain clarity in making decisions about where to invest our time and energy. It empowers us to prioritize our values and personal growth over external factors that, while impactful, are not fundamental to our well-being. Recognizing that these external circumstances are transient and can change helps us avoid being overly attached or distressed when things do not go as planned. Preferred indifference offer a Stoic framework for navigating life's external factors with equanimity. They remind us that while certain circumstances may be advantageous or desirable, they are not essential to our moral character or happiness. This understanding allows us to make choices that reflect our true values and personal growth, and to walk away from situations that no longer align with our principles without feeling a sense of loss or failure. By focusing on what truly matters and maintaining our commitment to virtue, we can lead a more authentic and fulfilling life. Stoicism also emphasizes the importance of living in accordance with nature, a principle that involves aligning our actions with our true nature and purpose. This Stoic concept is grounded in the idea that each individual has an intrinsic nature or purpose, and true fulfillment comes from living in harmony with this essence. According to Stoic philosophy, living in accordance with nature means understanding and embracing our fundamental characteristics, values, and goals, and making decisions that reflect our authentic self. In the Stoic worldview, Nature is not only the natural world, but also the rational order of the universe and our place within it. To live in accordance with nature is to live in alignment with our rationality, virtues, and the natural order of things. This means that our actions should reflect our inner virtues, such as wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance, and be consistent with our personal goals and aspirations. Marcus Aurelius, one of the most renowned Stoic philosophers, frequently reflected on the importance of living a life that is true to oneself, rather than conforming to external pressures or expectations. When faced with situations or relationships that no longer align with who we are or who we aspire to be, Stoicism teaches us that walking away is a natural and necessary step in living authentically. This principle asserts that we must continuously assess whether our current circumstances are in harmony with our core values and true nature. If we find that a particular situation, relationship, or role no longer supports our personal growth or conflicts with our values, it is essential to re-evaluate our commitment to it. Walking away in such cases is not an act of surrender or defeat, but rather an affirmation of our commitment to living authentically. Seneca, a prominent Stoic philosopher, often discussed the value of freedom and the idea that true freedom comes from making choices that are in harmony with our inner virtues rather than being enslaved by external demands or expectations. According to Seneca, genuine freedom is achieved when we make decisions based on our values and reason, rather than being driven by external pressures, societal norms, or material desires. When we find ourselves in situations that contradict our inner values or hinder our personal growth, choosing to walk away is an expression of this freedom. It is an act of reclaiming our autonomy and aligning our actions with our true self. The concept of living in accordance with nature also implies that we should embrace change as a natural part of life. Just as nature evolves and adapts, so too must we be willing to adjust our course when circumstances no longer serve our higher purpose or align with our values. Walking away from something that no longer reflects our true nature is not a sign of failure, but a recognition of the natural ebb and flow of life. It acknowledges that growth often requires change, and that true fulfillment comes from pursuing paths that resonate with our authentic self. Living in accordance with nature is about understanding and honoring our true nature and purpose. It requires a constant alignment of our actions with our inner values and aspirations. When a situation or relationship no longer reflects who we are or who we aspire to be, walking away becomes a necessary and authentic choice. This principle helps us maintain our integrity and live a life that is true to ourselves, free from the constraints of external expectations. By embracing this Stoic ideal, we can navigate life's challenges with greater clarity and purpose, ensuring that our decisions are aligned with our deepest values and true nature. Stoicism teaches us the value of self-reflection. This concept is pivotal in making informed and deliberate decisions about whether to continue in or walk away from a given situation. Self-reflection involves taking a step back to critically examine our own thoughts, feelings, values, and goals. It's a process of introspection that allows us to assess how a situation or relationship aligns with our deeper sense of self and overall well-being. Before making the decision to walk away, it is crucial to engage in deep self-reflection. This practice requires us to pause and contemplate our internal landscape. We need to ask ourselves essential questions. What are my core values? What are my long-term goals and aspirations? How does this situation or relationship impact my emotional and mental health? By honestly evaluating these aspects, we gain insight into whether our current circumstances are contributing positively to our lives, or whether they are hindering our growth and fulfillment. Seneca, a prominent Stoic philosopher, often emphasized the importance of introspection and self-awareness. He believed that wisdom comes from a profound understanding of oneself and one's place in the world. According to Seneca, introspection is not merely about analyzing our actions, but also about understanding our motivations, desires, and the true nature of our reactions to external events. This deep self-awareness helps us to discern whether our discomfort or dissatisfaction stems from a temporary challenge or from a fundamental misalignment with our values. Through self-reflection, we ensure that our decision to walk away is rooted in clarity and wisdom, rather than impulsive reactions. In the heat of the moment, it's easy to let frustration, anger, or fear cloud our judgment. By practicing self-reflection, we can separate our immediate emotional responses from our considered reasoning. This reflective process helps us avoid rash decisions based on fleeting emotions and ensures that our choice to walk away is based on a thoughtful evaluation of our situation. Self-reflection also helps us understand the broader context of our decisions. It allows us to consider the long-term implications of staying versus leaving. For example, will staying in a toxic work environment ultimately compromise our mental health or career growth? Will remaining in a misaligned relationship prevent us from achieving personal or professional goals? By reflecting on these questions, we can make decisions that are not only well-informed, but also aligned with our broader life objectives. Moreover, self-reflection enables us to learn from our experiences and grow. When we take the time to analyze our decisions and their outcomes, we gain valuable insights into our patterns of behavior and decision-making processes. This self-knowledge helps us to make better choices in the future and fosters personal growth and resilience. The practice of self-reflection is an essential Stoic strategy for making thoughtful decisions about walking away. It involves a deep and honest examination of our values, goals, and the impact of our circumstances on our well-being. By engaging in this reflective process, we ensure that our choices are driven by clarity and wisdom rather than by temporary emotions or external pressures. This approach not only helps us make better decisions, but also fosters personal growth and aligns our actions with our true self. So the next time you find yourself ensnared in a situation that saps your energy, conflicts with your core values, or threatens your well-being, remember to draw upon the profound insights offered by Stoic philosophy. First, consider the principle of emotional detachment, or apatheia. This Stoic concept teaches us that while we cannot control external events or other people's actions, we can control how we respond to them. By practicing emotional detachment, we avoid letting external disturbances disrupt our inner peace. Recognize when a situation consistently undermines your tranquility, and understand that choosing to step away is a way to protect your mental and emotional balance. Next, reflect on the idea of preferred indifference. These are aspects of life, like certain jobs, relationships, or material possessions, that are neither inherently good nor bad, but are valuable depending on how they align with our values and virtues. By viewing these elements as preferred indifference, you can assess their role in your life without feeling bound to them. If they no longer serve your personal growth or align with your values, it's perfectly acceptable to walk away, knowing that your integrity is not compromised by such decisions. Additionally, keep in mind the Stoic principle of living in accordance with nature. This means aligning your actions with your true nature and purpose. If a situation or relationship no longer reflects who you are or who you aspire to be, walking away becomes a natural and necessary step toward living authentically. Embrace the idea that true freedom and fulfillment come from making choices that honor your inner virtues rather than conforming to external pressures or expectations. Engage in thorough self-reflection before making any decision to walk away. Reflect deeply on your values, goals, and the impact of the situation on your overall well-being. By examining your motives and understanding whether a situation aligns with your long-term happiness and personal growth, you can ensure that your decision is grounded in clarity and wisdom, rather than impulsive reactions. This reflective process not only helps you make more informed decisions, but also reinforces your commitment to living a life true to your authentic self. Walking away, therefore, is not a sign of weakness, but a powerful affirmation of your self-worth and integrity. It is a deliberate choice to honor your values, maintain your emotional equilibrium, and pursue a path that aligns with your true purpose. By incorporating these Stoic principles into your decision-making process, you empower yourself to create a life that is both balanced and fulfilling. If this video resonated with you and you found these insights valuable, please give it a thumbs up. Your support helps us continue to create content that explores and explains Stoic philosophy. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more thought-provoking discussions and practical wisdom on living a balanced and purposeful life. We'd love to hear from you, so share your thoughts or experiences in the comments below. Thank you for watching, and stay tuned for more empowering content that helps you navigate life's challenges with stoic grace and resilience.